Good morning, everyone. Today I wanted to talk about drone photography, but before we get to that, I got an email from FeedSpot where this podcast is now made the top 100 of FeedSpot's list. I think that's pretty cool. It's nice to see that the podcast is showing up places and is getting noticed. So, what I wanted to talk about for drone photography is something that I don't think a lot of people think of. And it might give us something, if you're an outside drone photographer, for example, something that we can do during downtime when we really can't shoot portraits outside, or that it's very cold to do so. And that is, a lot of places have areas where there are people that come up and spend the summer, right? They've got a summer home. Now, this is only going to apply to certain parts of the country because other places have winter homes. And probably is not the same in the winter home scenario. And that is, when you put your house up for the winter, you're going to have landscaping that may need to be done before you come back to your home. Now, there's two ways that could be done. Obviously, you could do it yourself, or you could hire somebody. So let's think about both scenarios. We will start with do it yourself. You don't know what you're going to come into when you come to your home. But if you hired a drone photographer to overfly your property and maybe point out things that don't look quite right, like a branch that's down. Maybe one of the branches came across your driveway, and that'd be good to know before you drove into your driveway and had to move the branch before you unpacked your car. But the reason I suggest a photographer do this as opposed to somebody who just does land surveys, for example, is that as photographers, we look at things differently. We spend so much time going over photographs that we've taken, looking for anomalies, looking for somebody who blinked, looking for something that doesn't look, looks out of place. That lends us to being able to do some drone photography over a property and see what just doesn't look right. And in this scenario, we would be able to provide that photography, but we'd also be able to tell the homeowner if there are things that they need to worry about. For example, a lot of homes could be off the beaten path. There's a couple around here that are out on dirt roads. Well, what does that road look like? What does the home look like after we've had winter storms and things of that nature? Is there anything that we need to worry about before we get to the home? Maybe there is a branch down and we want to call and have somebody take care of that branch before we get to the house. Things like that. Now that handles the do-it-yourself or a little bit of an advanced warning before you get in. But what about people who have enough money to hire a landscaping company? Now, probably these are not down dirt roads. So we're not thinking about driving into the mud and things like that to get the photographs. But if you're a landscaping company who's going to go out to a customer's property and get it ready before they come back, you're going to need to know what to bring with you. Do I need to bring a wood chipper, for example, because there's a big tree down and we're going to have to remove the tree? Now, you could, as a landscaping company, send out spotters, somebody to go out, take a look at the land, and report back what they found and what needs to be done. But think about this. For every spotter you have out there, that's one less person who can help you with another project. Literally, time is money in this case, because the more time you have to spend not doing landscaping is time away from doing a landscaping job, of which you're probably getting paid much better than you are, if you're even charging, for somebody to go out and preview the area. By hiring a drone photographer to go out and overview that land and to give you the photographs, you'll know what it is that you need to worry about, what's out there that needs to be addressed, without sending any of your own people out there. You can then take those photographs back. Everybody can take a couple of minutes to sit around a table, figure out what they need, grab the equipment that they need, and head out the door. So you've now saved time, both in the fact that you don't have to get out there and then realize you need something and then have to have somebody go get it or have it brought out. And you don't have to send somebody out to go take care of surveying the land beforehand. You can get that nice view. And I'm not just talking about overhead. You could fly the drone in as if somebody was driving up the driveway even, and let them see what it is that they need to address before the person shows up at their house. Right? So I see a niche here for drone photography, especially for photographers who do outdoor shots. And, you know, it's springtime. They're looking at getting the homes landscaped before the people show up. I'm pretty sure that it doesn't happen that they give a phone call saying, hey, I'm going to be up next week, and the landscaping firm has to go out there. But it might happen. But this lets those landscaping firms know what's going on. So in both cases, we're using our ability to notice things, make sure we've captured those things on film or on digital medium, either in the videos or in still shots, and then communicate those back to the concerned party so they know what to expect and what they need to accomplish before coming back to their vacation home. Now, there's certain areas of the country that are going to have more vacation home possibilities than others, obviously. And as I said, this is probably more of a winter home type of scenario. I don't think you'd have as much down in Florida, although they do have storms down in Florida. It's a different nature down there. If a hurricane comes through, it's going to do a lot more damage than possibly a winter storm in Vermont. But that changes what you need to think about and how you do things. But this would be another venue that allows us as photographers to show off our skills and abilities at noticing things that typically go unnoticed. And that's what I got for you guys this week. I want to thank FeedSpot for having me in their top 100, however I got there. And that's what I got for you guys this week. I'll talk to you all next week.